Hello, everyone. My research was based off of the question, what are the consequences of education on incarcerated individuals in their ability to reintegrate into society once they are released? I got interested into this topic because over the summer I watched a documentary on our incarceration system, and I saw how messed up it was. uh, the United States is the leading nation in the entire world of incarcerated individuals. And that got me thinking as to why. Why is that? And I got thinking and I realized that a lot of that is, based off of the lack of education that these individuals have. And I mean, studies show that about 60% of individuals that get arrested don't even have a high school diploma. And so, I mean, once they're arrested, then what? They sit in prison for years. They're stuck and unproductive. Many individuals, they suffer from depression. They have low self-esteem. They feel guilty and they feel ashamed of what they did. They feel ashamed of what they did to their families. And and then we release them back into society. We expect them to get a job and become, these perfect individuals. And all we did was we wasted money and resources by putting them in a long timeout. Now, I don't know about you, but it doesn't sound like the most effective way to correct criminal behavior. I mean, what did they learn in prison? They learned how to sit around and stare at, blank, boring white walls. And then, of course, when they get back into society, the majority of them, 76.6% of ex-convicts, they relapse back into criminal behavior because that's the only behavior that they know. And so based on my research, I found that educating inmates not only, led to a happier, more productive prison life, but it also led to an easier, more successful transition back into society. And there was one study about several inmates who were able to get their college degrees while incarcerated. And one individual shared his experience. He said, education helped me to understand that all I was not something that I had to be ashamed of. I can say, okay, here, that's who I was. I did those things. Now I am something different. And that just shows that education, improves the self-image and mental health of inmates while they are in prison, and it helps them, get jobs and housing after they are released. It empowers them and lets them know, I made mistakes in my life and I don't have to be that person anymore. I can change. I can be somebody different. Education empowers them. It gives them hope for their lives. It lets them know that they can improve, that they can progress. And so what I feel strongly about is if we focus our funding on reforming prisoners, not only will we improve prisoners' lives, but we will also improve our society overall. We will save so much money in the long run because our GDP will increase, the workforce is going to increase, our economy will be better because we will have ex-convicts enter into the workforce. This reduces the number that get sent back to prison. And so we have these individuals that will be able to provide for themselves instead of, using tax dollars to support them while they are incarcerated. And so there are some gaps in my research. So I did find a correlation between education levels and incarceration, as well as recidivism. However, there are other demographics that are yet to be explored, and so that includes the gender of inmates, as well as age, where they are from, as well as their marital status and their socioeconomic background and status. So those are factors that are, that need to be researched that also tie to education and recidivism. And so, in conclusion, I found that education is the key to liberating incarcerated individuals in every sense of the word. Education is power, education is freedom. Thank you.